Hey guys, welcome to another video from the Parrott Bros, and yes, another TT. Now, before we go any further, this one is not going back onto the road. It is well past that, and you will see why in a minute, because this is probably the worst TT that I have seen probably in my entire life. But more about that straight after the intro. Now, like of course with any TT, someone drops me a message. This one was via Facebook. Guy who follows the channel and said to me, look Dom, I've got this TT, it used to be on the road. I've now bought a V6 and I'm thinking, I don't really want to buy another car, but I like where this is going. And he's like, look, it's been off the road a year or two and it's been parked in a farmer's field. Now, then of course I'm thinking, I don't really want something that's got plants growing out of it and all that kind of stuff, because why was it parked in a field? And he goes, oh, it runs, it's fine. It failed the MOT on a couple of bits and I've not got around to doing them. I bought a V6, not using it. It goes on and on. Come and have a look. It was only local and I thought, oh, here we go. He sent me a few pictures of obviously when it was nice and it was on the road and all that. And I thought, oh yeah, cool. And he said, look, it's been parked up just over a year, between a year and 2 years. I don't know the exact details, but it's been parked up for a while and it still runs. It just needs an alternator. I think that's why it got parked up, because it needs an alternator. And I was like, okay, cool, it's leggy, it's done 177,000 miles, and it's a V-Reg in silver. The wheels are rough, the bodywork's rough, it's got a dent around the other side, which is enough to write it off because it's on the rear quarter. But for argument's sake, it's not a bad car. Now, the reason I say it's the worst I've ever seen is because of this. And obviously I don't know how well you'll see from there, and I will show you up close in a minute, but it is the dirtiest, grubbiest engine bay I have ever seen in my life. I mean, it's a tatty car. It's obviously had a hard life, as in it's been stored in a farmer's field, and it looks like that. It's just tired, you know. It needs loads of work. It's not worth repairing because of the body damage. The sills have things growing out of them. Let's get closer onto the engine and you can see exactly what I'm talking about, because in the sun it doesn't actually look too bad, but it is. I mean, look at that. Hopefully the sun will go in a minute, you'll be able to see a bit better, but it is just hilarious. There's like just like, I don't know, half an inch of dust. There's hay. So it's been parked in a farmer's field, and when we went there it's really flat on both sides. I mean, there's literally hay, look, just hay, just sat there, and it's everywhere. I mean, on everything. Even the grill has stuff growing out of it and all sorts. It is just phenomenal. Let me put this onto handheld, which I'm not very good at. Okay, so we'll give you a close-up, look. I mean, we're talking, look at the state of that there. That is just unbelievable. Turn it, oh, so you can see a bit better. There we go. Look at that, look. You can make a pile of it. It's just, everything is coated in this lovely, let's go into the shade here. Look at that, look. Just caked in, you can write your name. It is just something else. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, I've never seen anything so grubby. Obviously you can see where the oil was because it's sort of like a slightly darker colour. But everywhere you look, look at that, look. Disgusting. All right, let's have a look at the rest of the car. So there's the dent. Silver's really hard to show, but you can see, yeah, the dent in the rear quarter and the door. The sills are what I would expect. It's got a nice bubble of rust there. It's got a few nice bits. It's got a rear diffuser. Where's this green stuff growing out of the... You see there? There's that green stuff. Yeah, moss growing out of the car where it's been a feature in a field. It's just tired. I mean, it's not worth putting back on the road because the amount of work it will need now for the mileage, and it just doesn't warrant it. It comes with 3 stereos. Not 100% sure why it needs 3 stereos, because apparently they all work. For some reason there's something wrong with each of them. An alternator, which is cool. Always nice to have spares. This is the older style head unit, so it's not Bose, even though it has Bose. So it's had an interior at some point. Let me grab the keys. I'm battling with the sun today. Oh, should we see if it works? The boot. Yeah, the boot works. And it comes with spares. We like spares. It's got a lovely folder of history. I won't show you because it's got the guy's name on and address and stuff, but big folder of paperwork, loads of TT shop stuff. It's got, look, more hay. Let's make a pile. Look at that, look. Just everywhere. Never park your car in a farm. I suppose that kind of goes without saying. That wheel's not actually too bad. I think that's probably the only wheel out of all of them that don't look like they're flaking to bits. I mean, that one's got hardly any paint left on it. It's dead funny, but it's I just can't get over this. Look at it. It's just absolutely caked in it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But I mean, as a runner, it actually starts. Let me go and grab the keys. Put you back on the trusty tripod. You're probably feeling sick from me walking around. Let's have a listen. Where's my keys? So I said to him, that was the only discussion was, did it run? I mean, we got there and all four of the tyres were flat. But I wasn't really worried about that. Let's see if it starts. Oh, helps if it's not in gear. Oh, handbrake's not very good. Oh, lucky dream. To be honest, it actually doesn't run that bad. I'll try and show you a quick one, but it sounds horrific. But it actually runs very smooth. Now this, believe it or not, is an APX. Because it's an early engine, it's not BAM, it's an APX. So it's not got VVT. It has this weird, oh, that's not attached anyway, so we can take that off. Yeah, look at that in the sun, look. You can't even see the colour on it. Used to be black. It's black underneath. It's just like a sandy colour. So if you want to see what your engine bay looks like sandy, that's the one. But yeah, it's got the secondary air pump, which looks like an EGR valve, which has the pipe. Oh, I've got to show you this. I didn't even notice this. Well, I didn't even look, to be fair. Because, well, it was cheap, so you know the rules. So, let's show you this. So, this duct tape, love a bit of duct tape. Look at that, look. So that's meant to go on there, but obviously doesn't stay there for whatever reason. And then there's a pipe meant to go onto there, which again is just floating around. That's maybe why people get rid of their secondary air pumps. Still has the 249. It's got a forged pipe with a forged 007, which will be coming off for sale at some point if someone wants it. But I mean, it's apart from that, it's completely standard. The APX are a little bit harder to find tips for because they're a different shape and they have different bits and pipeworks, different shapes and all that kind of stuff. But as a whole, the car's kind of the same. Like I said, no VVT, so there's no oil sweat down the side. It's actually just all the way around. All the injectors have leaked because there's like staining around every single one. But for the most part, it is a completely standard car, apart from those few bits. And the guy said to me it was mapped by WAC back in the day because he's an old forum guy. So he's had a few bits done by WAC in the past, which is pretty cool. Now, the plan with this car, so it's not very often, I don't want to sit on this car and have a dusty bum. Put it back into gear because the handbrake doesn't work very well before I roll it into a garage. It's someone else's house, it's not mine. So, oh, even the handbrake's not very good in gear. So the plan with this car is it's not very often you get to buy a cheap car that you can have a bit of fun with. So we're going to have a bit of fun with this. I'm not going to tell you what. Keep an eye out for upcoming videos. I want to try and get the love back into the cars and the community and my friends and stuff. So, because all my friends, obviously now we're in our 30s, we've all got kids, we've all got jobs that require way too much man time and other commitments, and we very rarely get together. I mean, we used to wash cars every Friday afternoon, go Friday night, go out somewhere, wash and polish our cars all day Saturday, Saturday night go to Southend till 4 o'clock in the morning, then Sunday go to the cafe and go out in the cars again. So we used to always be working on the cars, and now, for obvious reasons, we don't as much, which is life. But I wanted something fun that we could do as a group. Now, we are going to be doing some stuff to this, which is going to be funny. Yeah, we're going to eventually destroy it, but we're going to do some fun stuff before we destroy it. It's going to be a parts car. It's all it's destined for anyway. There's rust. It's not worth putting back on the road. But if I can salvage some parts and share with you guys, then we can keep the other ones on the road and we can have a bit of fun, and you will definitely appreciate what we're going to be doing with this. Maybe throw some ideas out. Now, I've already decided what we're going to do. I want to see if anyone can guess it, or if they've got any better ideas, because I'm always is. But we are going to do something with this a bit special, so keep an eye out. Next probably 2 or 3 weeks. I haven't done it as yet, and this video is only going to come out a couple of days after filming. So the car is still very much whole. But we are going to have some fun with it. We're going to do some stuff, and then, like I said, afterwards we'll be salvaging all the parts to keep these brilliant cars on the road. Price-wise, I won't discuss how much it was, but it was cheap enough that if I take off a few parts, it would cover the bill, which is cool. But it's nice to be able to have some spares and keep it in the community for all the other ones to keep running, which is brilliant. And we're definitely going to have some fun. But I want to tell you, but I can't tell you. What do you think to my new project, and what would you do if you had a car that you could do anything in the world to without spending too much money? That's all I'm going to say. But until next time, guys, catch you on the next one. Bye for now.